You want to hear something crazy. When they can't manipulate you no more. When they can't use you for their self-benefit and their self-gain. All of a sudden, you become the crazy one. All of a sudden, you're the arrogant one. All of a sudden, you're the one with the anger issues. All of a sudden, you're the abuser, and they can't use you no more for their self-benefit and their self-gain. And they have no use for you. They're gonna go out and tell the world how you were the problem, how you were the issue. When you stop letting them use you, they're gonna make you believe that you were the narcissistic person, and they're gonna be so good at convincing and manipulating you that you are actually gonna believe that you were the problem. No matter what you've done for them, no matter how much love you show them, no matter how forgiving you were to them, when it's all said and done, and a falling out happens, they're gonna go out and tell the world that you were the issue, that you were the problem, that you were the abuser, and that they tried to help you, no matter how much love you show to people sometimes. You gotta understand that everybody doesn't deserve it.
If you're rejected, accept it. If you're unloved, let go. If they choose someone or something over you, move on. Not everyone you love will stay. Not everyone you trust will be loyal. I don't care about losing people who don't want to be in my life anymore. I've lost people who meant the world to me, and I'm still doing just fine. Do not follow the majority. Follow the right way. You can feel it when someone is not being real with you. Energy never lies. Always speak how you feel, and never be sorry for being real. Give people time. Give people space. Don't beg anyone to stay. Let them roam. What's meant for you will always be yours. I feel so much better when people don't know where I am and what I'm doing. You may not be able to control every situation and its outcome, but you can control your attitude and how you deal with it. Do good. It will come back to you in unexpected ways. Be happy with what you have while working for what you want. Remember that some things have to end for better things to begin.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
Hey, I stopped because you don't have a front plate, but also your plates are expired.
That doesn't sound like a valid reason to pull me over.
Yeah. Well, no front plate is a valid reason, and then the expired plates are also a valid reason. So, do you have a driver's license with you, sir?
Do you have a search warrant?
I don't need a search warrant.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Do you have probable cause?
Yeah, the plates.
That's not probable. There's no crime being committed.
Okay. If you'd like to see it that way.
Well, that's law.
Okay. I'll just have you stay here for a minute then, and I'll get another car here. And
Sure. Go ahead.
Take care of things, okay? Alrighty, sir. Go ahead and roll down your window,
It's down.
and I'm going to ask you again for your driver's license, registration, and insurance.
I can hear you just fine.
You're going to have to roll down the window so I can hear you.
I can hear you just fine.
Well, I can't hear you, though.
Well, that's not my problem.
Okay? But I'm telling you, the reason for my traffic stop is
It's an unlawful.
no front
It's an
plate
unlawful.
and expired.
Go
So
get-
There's 2 traffic violations.
I want a
okay?
sergeant.
I have Deputy Sturdy here with me.
Okay,
so I guess
I want a sergeant. Bring a
Okay.
sergeant.
what for?
Because I'm requesting one on site.
But what is a sergeant going to tell you any different?
What's your badge? What's your name and badge number?
It's Deputy Wick,
Wick?
Lancaster County Sheriff's Office.
What's your number?
902122.
902122.
So you can go ahead and call dispatch and ask to speak to Sergeant Gaston, I believe is on today.
No, ma'am. Request him on site, please.
What's that?
Request him on site, please.
Okay, but what I guess I'm not going to understand what a sergeant on site's going to matter.
Because he has more authority than you.
Okay? So if a sergeant comes out here, then you're going to identify yourself and provide a driver's license.
Have I committed a crime?
registration,
Have I committed a crime?
insurance. The crime is the violation of the traffic law that I pulled you over for.
The Supreme Court's ruled in my favor, ma'am.
Well, the Supreme Court says that I can stop you for not having a front plate and expired registrations.
Show me the case law.
So, are you going to comply with my request?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Because it's an unlawful request. Is your body cam on?
It sure is.
Okay,
So is yours. It's fine.
I know. What's this guy's name and badge number?
This is Deputy Sturdy.
Sturdy? Badge number?
didn't run Christopher. It was Robert's fault.
Yeah. Hey, Christopher, roll the window down.
I don't answer questions. What's your badge number, sir?
902147.
902147.
Reason she stopped you, is you got expired plates. You're not suspended. You're not anything like that. It's registered to Robert, who's sitting right over there. It's not that big a deal. Let's don't make a bigger deal than what we
You're
have
not
to
getting my ID without a warrant.
Okay.
Or probable cause that I've committed a crime.
Okay.
Not having plates is not a crime.
Here, listen. Do you have your driver's license with you?
Do you have a warrant?
I don't need a warrant. Do you
Well,
have your
you need
driver's
it.
license?
My lawyer told me to keep my stuff locked in a safe unless you have a warrant.
Okay, do you have a valid license, which I know you do?
So why do you need it?
So she don't know who you are.
That's
I
not
know-
my problem.
know
I don't
who
need to
you are.
identify to you.
Okay. Will you acknowledge that you're Christopher?
No.
You are?
No.
Okay. And that's Robert over there, the registered owner. So, it's not that big a deal. Do you go by Chris or Christopher?
I don't answer questions, sir. I reserve all of my rights right now.
It's not that big a deal. Okay?
Can I have a lawyer?
What's that?
Lawyer.
Lawyer?
Yeah, I want a lawyer present to
Okay.
be questioned by police.
This is you're making way
No,
more
I'm
difficult.
standing on my rights, sir, which you took an oath to uphold.
Okay, and I'm doing that.
No, you're violating my
No, I'm
rights
not.
right now.
As a motorist in the state of Nebraska.
I'm not a motorist. I'm
You're
traveling down the road.
traveling?
I'm not conducting commerce.
Okay,
I'm not for hire.
okay. It's Christopher and Robert.
Okay.
So just hang tight for me. You're not free to leave.
Alrighty, Chris. I have your citation for that no valid registration. Okay? There's a couple ways you can take care of it. You can appear in court on April 24th at 9 o'clock in Lancaster County, or you can pay the fine plus the court costs. You fill out the back and send it in that way. I am going to need a signature from you. It's not saying you're guilty. It's just saying you're going to take care of it right down there at that line. Go ahead and sign that. Go get the copy now. Thank you. Alright, let me go get a copy for you, okay? He's still not free to go, so stay right here.
Can I have all three of your business cards, please?
Alrighty, Chris, here's your citation then, and since I'm not able to improve you have insurance, I'm going to recommend you don't drive away because that's unlawful as well.
Do you have business cards?
I do not. So, but you need to get insurance or be able to show proof of insurance to operate a motor vehicle in the state of Nebraska.
And I
okay?
say next time you guys need to get a warrant.
No, we don't.
You do.
We do not.
You do.
Okay, just leave the courts here then.
Am I free to go?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sir,
Yeah, how's it
pulled
going?
you over for expired registration.
Yeah, I don't have registration.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
You know, for vehicles, I'm not towing your vehicle, but you know, if your vehicle's not registered over 6 months, it can get towed.
Yeah, I don't use registration or license when I travel
Okay, why is that?
because I'm not a United States citizen.
So what are you?
I'm a state national.
Okay, so do you have a driver's license?
No, I use a passport when I travel.
Do you have a passport?
Yeah, I got a passport. Would you like to see it?
Please.
There you go.
Do you reside in California?
No.
Who's the vehicle registered to?
Well, I own the vehicle. I have my MCO right here. It's not registered to the state.
Do you plan on registering it?
No, I let the registration expire
I
because,
see that. So then should I tow your vehicle?
well, no, I don't think that that's reasonable.
It's legal. But a vehicle code.
Yeah, but it's not
I'm
lawful.
not gonna.
I'm not operating in commerce. I'm not operating in commerce. You guys have the authority to regulate commerce, right?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, what do you mean whatever? What do you mean
I
whatever?
don't understand all that stuff, so I see where this is going. So anyway, the vehicle code in California states that if you're going to drive a vehicle in California, your own one,
This is an automobile, not a motor vehicle. By definition of the California Vehicle Code, I got it right here. I'm not operating in commerce, so there's no reason for you to regulate me.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it.
That's all.
No worries.
But I do have private insurance. I'm not driving out here or traveling.
Can I see your insurance?
No, it's private. But I've communicated with the authorities, and they know who I am.
Who's that? Who are the authorities?
Well,
I know who you are. I'm an authority person.
Well, the Barbara Rooney, I've talked to her. She has an injunction from me. So I mean, I have a name decree. So I'm not even. You guys administer the estates of the dead. Okay. That's why you have. That's you, the police, the policy enforcers for the United States Corporation. That's why you guys are police and not sheriff. So you have codes, statutes, regulations, and that's what you enforce. But I'm not a person in commerce right now. And so that's all. That's all.
Make sure this is clear. We'll be good.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
So I normally issue fix-it tickets for this. How does this work with you?
Fix-it tickets?
Yeah, for registration for fix-it ticket.
Well, I mean, I'm not obligated to have registration if I'm not operating in commerce.
Right. But
So-
I'm obligated to write a fix-it ticket for vehicles.
I mean, if you want to write me or hand me a ticket, I mean, I'll rescind it and I'll rescission it. I mean, I don't think it's worth your time.
Probably not, but I gotta do something.
All right. Well, I mean, I was about to get in and out. I'd rather just talk with you about this and keep it civil, and we don't have to do this. I mean, aren't you curious as to, this whole process?
Not really.
No. Well, I went to the the State Department, and
you
I.
have a passport, so you live in the United States. You have to believe in some laws, right?
Well, sure, I believe in law. Yeah. But there's a difference between law and policy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Well, yeah. I mean,
when
I follow
I'm
policy.
when I'm traveling around, I mean, you took an oath when you become a police officer, right?
Like a
To defend the Constitution.
Right.
Right.
And I served 20 years in the Marine
Oh,
Corps.
all right. So you should know that part of the Declaration of Independence, which is what the Constitution is constituting, right? We're moving
Right.
forward. It talks about liberty, right?
Yep.
And so you're taking an oath to defend the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. Liberty means the right of locomotion. Okay?
Right.
That's right out of Black's Fourth Dictionary.
Okay.
So I have the right to move about, and it also is my free speech. How can I go and have free speech and assemble and have my constitutional right if I have to have a license to move around? That right there is against my rights. I mean, this is a document from, yeah, but it's pertaining to the fact that people have rescinded their contracts with the federal government, and they're moving out, and it says, look, your law enforcement may be unaware of this,
You're
right?
free to go. I don't want to have you any longer so that it turns into a detention because I can only have you stop for so long.
I appreciate
You can
it.
continue talking, but just so you know, you're free to go.
I appreciate your help.
So
Thank you.
now if you talk, I'm not holding you here and you can...
Got it. Well, I'd love to continue talking with you. I mean, this is just one example.
Sovereign citizenship.
Oh, sovereign citizens are idiots.
Different. And that's
Idiots.
where
You can't be sovereign and a citizen at the same time.
No, because
It's an
you're not
oxymoron.
believing in one or the
Well,
other.
it's an oxymoron. A sovereign is someone who's their own king, right?
Just drive safe. I'm impressed you have
Travel safe. Driving is the commercial term. See, this is how they get us with diction, right? If you say driving, then suddenly you're in a motor vehicle, right? And that's a commercial term. And so, I mean, and I can walk you through it. It's really quite
If I had
simple.
time, I would do it, but
All right.
You took the time out enough. I've learned something.
Well, and it goes a lot deeper than that, I mean,
Of course it does.
but.
Yeah, I believe it. It does.
Yeah.
We all have our things.
Well, if you have a card, I'd be happy to send you information about what this process. I think there are a lot more people you're going to be pulling over a lot more people and seeing a lot more of this. So.
Well, in my 8 years, this is the first. I pulled over.
Check this out.
sovereign
You think that's cool?
But I
This is
knew
a-
right away. I'm like, this isn't sovereign.
This is a decree from the judge, right?
Right.
And I've changed my name from all caps, right, to a proper stylization, okay?
Okay.
And now, this has to do with when you're born, they create a trust in your all caps name.
Right.
And then they basically trick everybody, or we all assume that as our identity. That's why every government paper you've ever had or any bills that come to your house, they're all in your all caps name. But that's not you. you're actually this name.
Right.
And the reason why you can't give me a ticket, except for something in my all caps name, is because at the highest levels, you guys are administering the estates and the trusts of everyone.
Check it out.
Wow. And when you change your name,
Right.
I'm out of the system now. I can no longer be administered by the policy enforcers. Because it's all, the public is the dead.
I'm
It's,
gonna check it out.
it's quite fascinating. Anyway,
Have a good night.
have a wonderful day. I'm gonna get some
Thanks for your
food.
cooperation.
Well, you guys do a really dangerous job, and I really appreciate everything you do. With the way that the nation's going right now, I mean, all right, brother. I appreciate you so much. All right.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Just so I'm within the policy, it's a verbal warning, but you're not detained, but just verbal warning.
Thank you. So what was your name? Pleasure to deal with.
If you ask, I can give it to you.
Thank you. Well, and I think what's happening right now is we're going back to a republic, right? That's why all this craziness is happening.
We're headed to some pretty drastic changes.
I think
myself.
everyone's feeling that.
Yeah,
So
something.
something's got to break.
Be safe.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it.
If you're saying to yourself, it's not that easy, you're absolutely correct. You cannot just take the information in this video and just do it. You have to absolutely fully comprehend and understand what he's talking about. This isn't something where you can just follow a procedure and have it work. That's not the way this works. You need to fully understand and be ready to fight this in court. Or not in court and fight it before you get in there administratively. That's really where you want to fight this, is through the mail. Send them Supreme Court cases, some case law, and send them your legal argument. It should be dismissed before it even goes anywhere. Like he said, you can rescind the ticket, all right? So once you fully understand this, this is something that you can do. Do not try this without fully comprehending and understanding. If you would like to comprehend this, look up Carl Miller's 5-hour video on YouTube. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Watch it more than once until you understand. This is real, this works, and it goes way beyond license and driving. You can get your rights back for almost anything, and we all need to do this. Why? Because this is where it starts. Okay, this is the avalanche. They stopped teaching civics in school for a reason. If you want more information, go to thedisclosurehub.com/law, and there'll be a bunch of links for you to go there and watch interviews and shortcuts and understand all of this and how it works. But do not do anything like this until you're ready. And also know that some cops will absolutely arrest you. Not every cop will be this chill. Most of the time you have to call in a supervisor, and not even all the times they know. And if you signed your contract for your license and you registered your car, you have waived your rights. So you need to take the steps to undo that before successfully being able to challenge this in court. I hope this helps.
You want to hear something fucked up about life? They're never going to appreciate the person you were. They're going to hate the person you had to become. And they're never going to apologize for the person they turned you into. The worst part about all that is they're going to go out to make themselves look better and tell the world how you were the narcissist, how you were the angry one, how you were the manipulator, how you were the villain, how you were the demon. They're never going to tell the world that you were once the angel and they turned you into what you are now. The lesson in that is that if you can wake up now and be at peace, be happy, smile, your life is not controlled by some insecure person who hasn't figured their own life out. No one is there stomping on your dreams, crushing on your spirits. No one is there blaming you for their own lack thereof. If that's the trade-off for being the villain, be the goddamn villain.
It's very helpful for people to hear that they should make themselves competent and dangerous and take their proper place in the world.
Competent and dangerous? Why dangerous?
Because it's the alternative to being weak. And weak is not good.
By dangerous, that implies I should be ready to threaten someone, to hurt somebody.
No, you should be capable.